Cool.
Then just monitor user if you want. I mean, if questions pop up, if you want to say, hey, someone ask a question.
Ben, do you want to muffin anything?
Sorry?
Do you want to muffin anything?
I will take a chocolate muffin.
Yeah, go ahead. You're looking.
What I was saying, Resole on these guys. No idea. That's a nice brand. You like leather? You want to do a rubber sole or leather? So we have some cool JR for people. How
do you keep them from like destroying?
What the soles? Yeah. We just finished up a pair of those Casey's with their graffiti soles. He did a sole on the front section. So in the waist, the waist of the shoe will also have that graffiti part of the front of it. That's just part of the leather. Oh, just get something. Do you want help take your shoe apart? Sure. Try to make this as interactive as possible. Okay. So if you have any questions, just feel free to explore. Yeah, anybody who wants to do something coming in. The group shoes is a group shoes.
Let's see, it's terrible.
This is gonna be my first time Resole up here. They do.
I was very close to it.
My wife is. I was terrified of having to do a black stitch, but these are black stitch, so we'll have to figure something out. See something cool like that. My work cut out for me, though, for sure.
You're welcome.
Alright, let me go grab. Well, that way you get the full immersion.
Right.
Yeah. Something hard.
These.
Yeah. But you know the blonde stitch looks so good.
Oh yeah.
It really does.
So.
That's what it says here. So we'll take a look at that.
Too often.
Yeah. So Kilger, I don't know if they're going to be bringing those back, unfortunately. So what we have is what we have left. Hopefully they bring them back because it's a pretty cool sole.
Father-in-law wants to get his stuff redone, even though I'm not here.
No issue.
Right. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We do take a lot of mail-in orders. About 8% of our business comes from mail-in orders.
Yeah.
We've gotten orders in from, all over the state, Georgia, New York, Florida, California. We've even gotten some from Germany and Italy as well.
Wow. Is that most
Can you adjust the camera then?
Yes, sir. The table.
So those of you on YouTube, we are doing a shoe repair demonstration. Later today will be a shoe shine tutorial, but we won't be live for that. That's my intro for the video. Cool. So as you guys see, I don't know if you guys watch a lot of videos on YouTube, but I just like to start removing the top lift. Carmine is sorry for being very well built. Hopefully I don't struggle taking this apart. The top lift is called, or that's a combination top lift. So a combination of leather and rubber. And I guess that's, so it's more elegant, I think. Less rubber. Supposedly that's what it's for. Then we take the heel base off the heel. Looks like it's a 3-layer leather heel stack. this is a heel prouder. It's not sharp. It's just almost like a
Pry bar.
Yeah, pry bar. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a pried up. And then usually you want to start like work your way around to the back because you don't want to alter the shank. If you start prying from here, like bend the shank backwards. And so you work from the back, and that helps not distort the shank as much. Those nails aren't really holding on to me. How do I want to do this? So there's two ways to take the sole off. You can cut in between the welts and the sole, and then you have to hand pick all the threads. Or I could try sanding the welt, or sanding the bottom of the sole, and then peeling it off, and then all the welts, all the thread on the welt should come off. So I'm gonna try here real quick, see if I can sand it off. So the blind stitches were, I sanded the blind stitch off of it. But you know, they cut the side of the leather sole, they open the flap up, and they stitch it, and then they cover the flap down. Basically the same thing as grooving it. The stitches sit just as deep if we just groove it, but it's prettier with not seeing the stitches. It's also supposed to help protect the stitching, having that leather over top of it doesn't wear out as fast. They got some brass tacks here at the toe, which is pretty cool. Because a lot of dress shoes, people tend to drag their toes when they walk. Having those little brass tacks essentially does the same thing as a French tip when we do the metal plate in the toe. That's what that is for. So I'm just take my heel prior and go in between the welts and the sole, try to break that glue. The angle I'm doing it is up, because you see I slipped there, so I don't want to slip down into the shoe. So I got it up. Once back there. These are called nippers, N-I-P-P-E-R. It's got like a rounded curve, I guess there. And so so you just grab it and you push forward, and the leverage from rolling it forward pulls it up. So you're not really trying to yank it off, it's just you're rolling it off. So these are a 270-degree welt, which means the welt starts from there and goes all the way to there, and then the back is a heel band. And that's so you have more narrower heel face. I guess they're trying to keep it as simple and elegant as possible. Hold on. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. So I got my work cut out for me. Yeah, that's good. All right. I know. I'm like, there's the sole. Yeah, I win. Let me get these real quick. So these are the bracket nails, and they come in from the inside, and they hold the heel base on. You can't just leave those in there or cut them, because obviously you're going to put new nails in there. So I'm trying to bring the nail to the side of the lash. So I'm not hitting the lash, but it's also getting supported. Being able to get people through.
live right now, we have 3 people watching.
3 people.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
You're one of them?
I have the live chat on my phone.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm trying to pad the numbers. Alright, so they only have 4 nails holding them on. The heel base, I'm going to add a little bit. So we have the shank here. This is the cork. You can see that the welt actually goes all the way around the back of the shoe, but they only stitched it from here to here. So essentially that's so that they can still have that narrower waist, but I guess this would be a more structurally sound shoe because the back is stitched instead of the heel bands, which are just nailed on. That's pretty good. That's why I've never seen something like that before. Very cool. So let me now I have to remove the fluid welt, and hopefully by doing what I did where I sanded the bottom there, I'll be able to pull it all off at the same time.
Some pairs of Tacovas have that where it's 360 welted, but only 270 stitched. So
And those are difficult to put heels on.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
See, that's ASMR.
That's, yeah.
Slower.
I think I'm gonna pause on this one. I'm gonna take this one apart because I want to see this one. The cork is still good. You've only worn a couple times, so I think we just leave it leave it in. But I want to check this one to make sure that one's okay before we move on. For you guys, take a look at it. What we got on time, sir?
Is almost 9:30.
Oh, very nice. All right. Thanks, Kim.
Do you know what this material is on the shank, for the shank?
Looks like it's just a plastic shank of some kind. Usually a lot of times it's a plastic cover over top of a metal shank.
Okay.
So I'm looking at.
I think that one might be paper, like a compressed paper.
Like a fiberboard?
Kind of. Is it? Or am I wrong?
Oh yeah, okay, it's just a plastic cover almost, and then a cardboard shank. So, right there. This little circle indication right there, that, I'm guessing that's a metal shank somewhere.
Let me see it real quick.
Just gonna add a little more visual interest.
So question on the cork. If you were to replace that, would you use like strips of cork or would you?
So there's two different. You got sheet cork and then you got the hot cork.
Okay.
Hot cork is mainly used by manufacturers because it's a lot faster when they're putting out that many shoes. For repair purposes, I tend to use that because it is a lot faster for me.
You just cut it.
Yeah. Well, you actually just glue it, and then you glue it, sand it, and then because it's cork, it forms and not sand it. But after that.
Because I knew you could tell that this one's a hot cork, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys seen the Trent and Keith videos. They do
Yeah.
hot cork sometimes for their videos. Just cool to watch.
Yeah. No, they retired. And they make sandals now.
Yeah.
Which, good on them, and it's profitable for them. So
Yeah, we wanted to visit that their shop.
Yeah.
So like,
they're in Chattanooga or Columbia. Columbia. I always get those two confused.
I think these have a leather footbed on the inside, which is very breaking in my grandson. Did not like that. It took like a whole month before my feet actually formed the footbed.
That's been great to get to, because the loafers have a bigger footbed than some of the boots do. So.
And they had it was very interesting because they make their shoes very similar to the way Alden makes their shoes.
Yeah.
I think they're the owners of the company are son and father.
Yes.
And the dad actually used to work for Alden for a long time.
Yeah.
And so when I learned that, like that actually makes a lot of sense because their shoes resemble a lot of what Alden did or does.
Alden aesthetic, yeah.
Yes.
These are those grandsons he was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
This is how they were originally.
Wrap
These
boots,
are the
yeah.
recraft boots.
Ooh, I like that a lot, yeah. So, especially the last one.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. This is like a hardened steel too, so you can only really bend it so much before it just breaks off the side. But no, when I was taking apart the Grant Stones, they have leather footbeds. They have fiberboard here in the heel.
Oh,
Right underneath.
Yeah, right underneath.
Right underneath the footbed.
It's very odd.
I mean, I don't think it's necessary to do that, but I mean, it's cool that they did a little extra detail. We'll be able to remove those heel bases. They're leather material. Mark which one's which, I don't forget.
Here's some grandsons we take it apart. Can I get a better look at that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I've never seen it before.
Sure, I do.
feels like it's a paper.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's fiberboard. It's kind of like a compressed paper almost. A lot of manufacturers do go with a fiberboard footbed. It's a little easier, cheaper to do on that mass scale. A lot of the higher end boots and shoes use a leather footbed. Whenever we replace footbeds, we always go for a leather footbed.
So the cork on both of them seems to be in good shape. So that's a good thing. Where did my other Sorry, lose my mind. Alright, so to prep the leather soles, it's kind of like prepping rubber shoes and prep anything before you glue it. You gotta lightly sand the surface. Lightly sand the surface of the welt here so that the glue will sit properly. So if you guys want to come around one by one to watch me do that as well.
You don't want to break the stitching that holds the welt on. It's super light. Almost where I can just like touch it. Oh, that's
like, is it good gear?
We're talking about the stitch hole, that's chain stitch. Yeah, so it's basically one single thread that goes in and loops around itself multiple times to create a chain. Now, if we were doing new welds on this, I'd be able to show you how to take it all out because it's all one. It's basically, it's not like the stitch that held the sole to the welt, but this time we took it all out at once. It's very simple. But that's another. It's called a Goodyear welt machine. It's like the one behind you. It's a little bit bigger and it sews the welts to the shoe from the manufacturer. It's really cool to see. Have you guys, anybody been up to the Allen Evans tour? No. And I think it was Wisconsin. They do it every May, so it's coming up. And they'll do a whole factory tour. It's called Party at the Port. If you guys are on Facebook, there's a Facebook group called Allen Evans Enthusiasts. And they announce it there every single time it happens. It's free to show up. You just gotta let them know you're coming. There's a hotel right next to it, so you could go there. It's like a multi-day thing. We also have Horween does a tour there, so you can tour the Horween, which is a leather tannery. So it's a pretty famous tannery there. And then the factory, they make all their shoe trees, all the cedar shoe trees. So I went there a couple of years ago. It was really cool to see the whole factory. You can see a shoe being made start to finish. That's that. If you guys can go, I would highly recommend you go. This is a contact cement. This is called Top Fit, Wisconsin. It's called Top Fit. I used to use Masters, but I had issues. It might have been it might have been an operator error. But the issues with rubber soles sticking properly, like the Vibram 100 soles. Yeah. Anything that's not getting stitched on, I was having issues with those coming undone, getting sent back to me. And so, one, I think Vibram slightly changed their rubber compound a little bit. Because that's what my father-in-law used. That's what that pretty much everybody have used Masters, and college still use it today, which is why I think most likely just was operator. I wasn't doing it properly. I was doing it the same way I'm doing it right now. So but Top Fit, I love it. I use it for all leather, rubber. I don't know if you guys can buy this.
It's harder to find it. I've used, so I do a little bit of leather working. I've used some other Renia like 316. Yeah. Which is a little easier to get a hold of in the States. But yeah, it's harder to find the Top Fits.
I used to use Renia CDC. Okay. So I would use CDC and Top Fit, or not Top Fit, CDC and Masters before I switched to the Top Fit. I like Top Fit because it works really great on all the materials, leather, rubber, plastic. That's another thing that the Masters wouldn't stick to plastic, so I had to use a super glue as a primer, let it dry, and then put the Masters on top, and still it wouldn't work 80% of the time. So this has a curing time of 7 to 40 minutes. I learned a little trick here. Put it in a heat lamp for a minute, and then under a fan for like 4 to 5 minutes. Cured, ready to go. So that's how we were able to kind of pick up production for Resole shoes. So while that one's doing that, usually it would take one shoe apart, put cork in, and then while the cork was drying, take the other one apart. We had a whole system where we get one shoe start to finish done. Yeah. We used to be working on 5 to 10 pairs of shoes at a time because the glue has to sit for 10, 15 minutes. And so when we learned this, which I picked up from Tony White, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's a super cool guy. He's like a book of knowledge. You just ask him any questions. He's open, does not want to hide or keep anything. So this is how he does it over at his shop. how his team does it, Tobias, and his guys.
Just started.
Yeah, they've got hard time. They're in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yep.
They're in the woods. Yeah.
Tobias at the academy, the mailing person.
They have multiple locations.
Yes.
Yeah, their whole like outfit is in North Carolina.
I'm jealous of the academy. I like the storefront. It's like I think it helps keep the business and helps people trust us when they can actually come see the old shop. So that's why we have that window there so customers can see what we're doing. People like to see that. Leather, I will do a double coat because it absorbs the glue. The first coat, I'll do a double coat. The first coat will get absorbed into it. That second coat will sit on top of it.
Must be a fantastic at the end of the day, cleaning all that glue off your hands.
Oh, you have no idea.
You use some friction, it'll come off. Or I used to, this wasn't a good idea. I used to have acetone in a spray bottle and spray my hands. Not good. I know. Alright, well that dries. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Okay. 2 seconds.
If you look over on the, this is my workbench over there. It's just this thick layer of old glue all over.
Yeah.
My table's like older than you think.
It's true, yeah.
My table was my grandfather's.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah, actually, all the equipment on that side of the shop is at least 2 generations old. So it was my grandfather's, it was my father's, and now it's ours, so it's my 3rd generation. That sander is 4 generations old. It was my great grandfather's before it was my grandfather's.
He made a lot of his work.
Oh yeah, he built all these tables, and they've been holding up very good, very good.
Do you work in the shop at all?
Yes, I do. I just don't post my face ever.
Okay, I got
Yes,
you.
I do. I'm actually doing some work right now. I'm doing some custom leather work for a customer. I'm doing their messenger bag with clocks and sugar baby trees.
Okay.
I do the leather work from his shirt to his shirt.
Yes. She did all the cups.
If you saw the custom Birkenstocks on the front shelf there, she also makes those.
So you do a lot of the tooling work?
Sorry. Yeah. The aesthetic, the painting, the dyeing, the embroidery, cosmetic cleanup. Essentially, it takes a lot of time and it makes it look pretty.
She was the one that coached those blue shoes up front. She coached me how to do that. So I would have been able to do it without her.
You need a master class on that.
Oh, Patina?
Oh, that's a lot. That's a hard thing.
That would be an all-day class.
Yeah.
Hey, that would be
It'd
cool.
an all-day
It would probably be a 3-day class.
Yeah, I would see me.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get her. Not that I could ever do it.
Oh, yeah.
Patina class. They're all saying they come. And drive
It
back.
will probably take 3 days. They're gonna mess up that first one. Absolutely.
Good.
It's so difficult.
Well, actually, Carmina makes some like crust shoes, right? The
Yeah.
white ones.
Yeah, we got some crust.
They could
Be really
dye your own shoes, patina your own shoes.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be easier to start with a darker base. It would be more forgiving because if they oversplotch an area on the white shoe, it's over.
Yeah.
Also, the dye takes really long to dry
Yeah,
properly.
and the amount of
When you
bleach you have
heat
to
it
do,
to
and
dry
then you have to
overnight.
condition and oil it. Take a minute.
You guys
pay you to do that.
There we go. That's that all day.
That's the assumption that I have.
Jeff Fitz has,
Yeah, no,
Jeff
I
Fitz
think
has,
so.
their shoes look really cool.
Yeah. There's a guy in I forget where he's from. Ben, can you give me the water bottle spray, please?
Sure.
He did a whole bunch of cool patinas. He's in another country. He's another one, I think. And he's on Instagram now. He does a lot of really cool purple and blue, really cool patina jobs. Alright, so I like to wet the leather. That helps molds the shape of the shoe, helps break it into this stiff piece of leather. So we'll wet it and we'll flex it back and forth. Yeah, it's just all messed up. So I kind of you guys see. Now I'm gonna wait for that.
You have no idea how many times that happens in a day. The wrong side. Well, it's worse is when you don't realize it and you stick it,
Oh yeah.
and then you wonder why it's not fitting right.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna have more time to do it. Well, any questions while we're waiting on the
I have a question about heels. You know, we were talking about like the French tips to keep the toe in good order, but I always wear out my heels, and I feel like I have a pair of Dave Fitzpatrick's that I've worn like 6 times, and it's already getting worn out on the rubber, like on the inside.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to extend the life of the heel if that's where most of my, it seems like that's what's going to be wearing out first on all my shoes?
Well, so there's a couple things. We have these little plastic tabs here that we put on top of the heel. That's a lot of people do that. That also comes in a metal piece. Yeah. And then you could also do the French tips. I've done a pair on the heels where we inset into the rubber, the metal piece on the heel. The only thing with that though is everybody's gonna hear you when you walk around. If they clapping all the way around. The reason people do it at the toes because if it's inset properly, no one's gonna hear
Yeah, no
you.
one's gonna hear you unless you walk on your toes.
You can tip your toe around.
If you're cartoonishly sneaking around,
Yeah,
holding set,
If you're trying to do some shady stuff, 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe some water.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What out of all of the shoe brands that are out there, dress shoe brands, I guess, which one do you guys pick and why?
I mean, my favorite is Grandstone just because I have white feet. That's
Okay.
one of the few
Yeah.
that offers like
That is one thing that we're
easy.
trying to do now. Yeah. Flags and stuff like that.
I love my Carminas, but I have very white foot too.
Yeah.
Very, I probably look like a hobbit. But they're not great at white.
They're not. It's so unfortunate.
Don't they have
These are one of the few last that they have.
Okay.
That are white, I believe.
I thought I saw a video where they have to go to Carmina store and they like actual
Measure your feet.
Oh yeah. Those are made to order by Tom.
Yeah, I was going to New York last year for a birthday trip with my family, and that's one of my stops.
Cool.
And then I couldn't. I was going to go see Billy Joel in concert and we canceled. All around, but
Well, my spouse and I are boot people.
I'm a boot person.
And so, because my feet are so small.
Yeah.
You know, I have to usually it's very difficult. So I've had to invest a lot of money, get decent, like engineer boots.
Yeah.
So if you've heard of Roll Club,
I have.
Brian, the boot maker.
It was one of their first YouTube channels we
Yeah.
watched.
Yeah.
So I got 2 pairs of his, and one of them is coming.
Nice.
Oh wow.
That's super cool. I went to visit some family in California last year. I was able to start writing shop. It was really nice.
Gotcha. My thing, I have a sister out in LA, so we went on a trip to visit family, and then we went and had him visit.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
But other than that, like my toes, I would walk to the border, but it's inappropriate footwear for me. But I love that.
What
And
about-
it's that BMW, not Resole, Jinx.
Yeah.
I love the look, but I would never wear them. You know what I mean?
This.
Yeah, that's a Right? That's always the eternal problem.
That is, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna try to. There's really no logo here. So we're gonna do our best to send the pattern. We should try to get as much as we can. The JR logo right there. It's really heavy on the side. So try to angle it.
Is it the other one that has it like pretty much right in the center?
Yep.
It's such a cool stuff.
That's 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones right here. So this is the JR one by Kilgore, right here, and then this is the G. This is another one we offer. The logo option. This one's a little cheaper than JR. JR are 10 for longer. So it's like I like to go with this one because you do get more wear out of it. GM is kind of like a standard option.
They're both German pit tins. The JR is 10 for a full year. The GM is 10 for 6 months. This is my little guard for the sole. If you hammer too hard, you'll leave hammer marks in the sole. It's not going.
I know.
Did you say hammer time?
Yeah.
The urge to do that in my videos, but I can't do it. Alright, so we hammered the sole on. Now we gotta press the edges. A little bit harder. So this is the 5-in-1. This is the welt presser. This is the cover. So I'm gonna put a little rubber midsole underneath here, so that the lines from the 5-in-1 don't mark up the sole. And this just fixes the air pockets out of the welt, and the sole helps press it down. How long have I been doing this? I started in 2020. That's when I met my in high school. I met her. We were sophomores or freshmen, but I didn't start talking to her until senior year of high school. Her dad owned the shop. Because I wanted to hang out with her, I went to the shop. And and then because he wanted to keep an eye on me, he made me work. Like sew welds, take threads out of the welds themselves. And I actually got hurt on my other job. I worked for my grandfather at the time doing that at a wrecking yard. I was picking up transmissions and stuff, which was a good idea. But I ended up getting hurt real bad in my back. And I was out of work for like, why did they put the JR logo right on the shoes?
Well, those graffiti soles, it's kind of
Anyway, yeah.
I mean, there's no heels in the back.
So they put these in big sheets, like big bins, and they just stand. So I was out of work for about a good 2 weeks, and still hanging out at the shop because that's what I wanted to be. I had nowhere else to be. And so he offered me the job, and we had a stool that I was able to sit down on and work on shoes all day. I thought it was going to be like a transition job, go do construction or something like that. And then I ended up falling in love with the trade. And before we were still dating, my wife and I told her if we don't work out, I don't want to work out. Because I love it so much. I love working with my hands. I used to make knives in high school.
Yes.
That's awesome. I built my own little backyard forge, and I just love working with my hands. And it's cool to see before and afters. Like this old beat up pair of shoes, new again, and the satisfaction of like I did that.
Just feel like I did that.
Yep.
Just not.
I always love we get a lot of restorations that come in, usually where it's like a hole going all the way through the sole, and it's like dried and discolored and everything. The leather's just completely shot. we get those in there and we almost completely rebuild them. And they come out looking so nice. I always love those. They're time consuming, but I love them. Again, testing like before and after.
The worse can we send them, the happier you guys are.
Exactly.
Honestly, the newer you send them, the better I'm happy. Newer shoes are way difficult.
Yeah. And cheaper for you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crazier restoration, the more we can charge.
Yeah, that's fair. But, I mean, that's the whole point of buying decent shoes.
Yep.
I have a pair of Alavenmans that, 2 pairs of Alavenmans I bought in 2008. They're still great.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about sole guards?
I love sole guards.
Would you prefer sole guards on all your shoes? It's a thin rubber sole that goes over the front part of the shoe, over top of it. And it gives you a little more traction. And
So this is our standard fiber sole guard right there. It's again that thin piece of leather there. So that way, again, we do it on leather soles a lot. People like the look of the leather sole, but they don't want like a crazy big rubber sole.
Yeah.
So we use that one on there, give it a little bit of traction, a little longer to wear, and then it's thin so that way you don't see it from the side profile.
you don't have to replace the sole, you just replace that. So
It saves you money in the long run too. So
this one's
It'll make your Blake stitched shoes last a whole lot
There you
longer.
go. Yeah. So those ones come in a number of colors. We do those like on red bottom, blue tones.
Most of my dress shoes are Resole, so
Those ones are like
yeah,
they're crazy high end.
I have they're several years old. I think they're like 10 years old now. It's an alligator cat toe.
Okay.
And the inlay is full quill ostrich.
Wow.
And then I have a solid pair of full quill ostrich. I have a burgundy pair of crocodile
Okay.
loafers. And I have a bicycle toe that the center is ostrich leg and the outside is quill. And that's a mop strap.
Okay.
So I have like 4 different pairs.
Alright, so we are gonna go over to that sander because that's got a trimmer blade on it. Trimmer blade is just you guys over there. You can probably just hold the stand up. Unplug it. The charger. Hold it up. Alright, so if you want to this is a trimmer blade that I use for most of the time when I brush shoes like this. That's why so this has 18 something different blades on it, and it spins really fast. This is where, so we have this part. This is my groover, so this is where I cut grooves into the soles. This is a collar. So that sharpen and adjust it. You have to take that off. So we're gonna use this. Adjust it so it's just gonna hit the bolts. Are you alright there? Okay. So this is also really nice, but this is pretty cool to see. of the most nerve-wracking parts with line stitch, which one little slip in ruins the entire job.
Yeah, wait, we're something.
I've never cut a shoe, but I have like cut the sole real bad, where I can win back to start all over again. Last one. I always start brand new blades with line stitch.
Yeah, that's the only pair of shoes I have with line stitch.
Of course.
Yeah, I know, right? And this is
Almost like you don't want to wear it. Almost like you don't want to wear it.
Exactly.
Afterwards.
That's what I was thinking. I did not wear it.
Watch me here, pick you up, and you're like, oh, sorry. We'll never wear these again. Holy shit.
I spent a lot of money and I'm never gonna wear them. Alright. So we'll do the right shoe. The two base. So I know where to start and where to finish. I'm curious too, because usually with 2 70-degree welds, they nail the back of the sole too. This one they didn't do. I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. I don't know if it's even really necessary, especially since we're gonna be doing the heels. We'll put more than pulling it down. Like, wet the sole again.
So when you put the little brass tabs in the front, or the little tacks,
The tacks, yeah. I don't have the brass tacks I have.
Okay.
And the ones that I had before. This is like for cowboy boots. Oh yeah. So it's a little bit bigger. But they got a really fine tip, so they go in the hip print, so you shouldn't do it at all. Nothing to it. So this took a really long time to master, and I still haven't mastered it. So we're gonna basically hold the knife at an angle, and we're gonna go maybe about an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. That's lap it up.
That's not a lot of wiggle room there.
No,
Mm.
because it like this comes out there. You go down. So we're gonna try.
No pressure.
Nope.
In front of a live studio audience.
Yep. You just want to get up and come closer to it. I probably should do one step. I was nervous to watch the Steve videos.
Oh,
The shaky hands.
yeah, see the videos?
Yeah.
I'm watching a few of his videos where
He does
It always-
fantastic work.
he does fantastic work, but I always,
Does he?
I don't know, he might
He
just
has
have
nothing. And that's what he says in every video. He goes to the doctor and he has nothing. He did it personally many times, almost like once he would go after Christmas. He has nothing. He's just that way. He's been that way since he was a kid.
So he's been shaking since he was 10.
yeah, a simple printer basically, and that's about it.
Yeah.
He was where is he from?
And are you doing a Blake's of Blind Stitch?
Yeah, yes.
I called it Cadence.
Well, the one shoe we happen to win, or shoes, had a blind stitch on it. And you're the one that picks.
yeah, that's my
Alright, so I just went in just a little bit, just to get a little groove for myself. And so I'm gonna go back in and cut maybe a little bit deeper. The thing with too is it's got a lot of variations in it. So some denser, some parts are looser. So you could be doing just fine and then hit a soft spot. You go right through. And JR is known for their dense soles too. Was contemplating trying to do this rubber sole. I think that'd be much difficult. Rubber doesn't, it'll fold, but it doesn't, like, see how this is curling up? Yeah. I wouldn't be able to stitch it unless I hand stitched it.
We got Benjamin.
That's what we have to go for. Or if he doesn't want to do it, he goes to me.
All the hand stitching.
Hey, he served his time. I did that for him.
He gets back at us for breaking all our news.
I know.
Any boots that come in there are stitched down.
Yeah.
Thing is with it, with the way it is, if we put it in the stitcher, you can sometimes if it was a stitch along, it can change the shape of the shoe or anything like that. So we have to hand stitch those. So that's his job.
It's therapeutic.
I'm waiting for when we hire on somebody else.
And then it'd be their job.
We can haze them.
My parents used to have me do my homework and do that in between.
In between.
That and then picking stitches.
I was telling him to do that.
He did that actually. He was trying to date me.
I was
My
hanging
dad-
out at the shop and I
My
wanted to
dad
hang
did
out
that
with you
too.
because your dad wanted to keep an eye on you. And you pick switches. It didn't work.
No, he ended up liking him so much. He went, look, if you break up with him, he's staying.
Her dad said the same thing. I told her I'm staying if we don't work out. Her dad said the same thing. I'm keeping.
It was pretty funny.
So. Got pretty lucky here. I'll take a look at that. This one.
If you like, you can get in front of the little YouTube and the shine table, whatever works. You don't got to stay in that little corner. You don't have to.
I'm gonna use the 5. It is right.
No, you're good. You're absolutely good.
I saw a video of a guy that he did a blind stitch, but he instead of cutting it the sole from the outside, he cut from the inside. Very weird.
Say that again.
He ended up hand stitching it, so that's probably why.
Saying, I saw someone instead of cutting from the outside like this, cut from the inside on this side. Wow.
It seems like hiding the edge.
Yeah.
It's a different style. Cutting this in the top. I believe the Carmina does it really well, but they do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But it's like right on the edge. They cut down a bit. So it's like on the corner of the sole, but not on the side of the sole.
Okay.
That's such tedious work.
Sorry. You got fixed.
A lot of shoemakers, like custom shoemakers or dress shoes, they will cut the blind stitch before they do the sole on. So they'll cut the sole to its overall shape, and then they'll cut the blind stitch and then put it on there after.
That's exactly what they do. If they mess it up, okay, well, set it on the other side.
Start all over.
They soak the entire sole in a bucket of water. So it's nice and soft.
Yeah,
It's so cool to watch.
I've also seen some harness guys do some of their skiving by hand.
Yeah.
And they basically just soak the entire thing.
You know, if you keep looking like the Japanese shoemakers, they do it all by hand, like with knives and everything, no machines. So like if they're like trying to trim a sole like that, again, like the same like they soak it in a bucket of water. They use little hand knives and everything to like slowly shape it.
I'm gonna go trim this.
we can do some designing, but it's kind of a case by case basis.
My wife got it for me for around I've had it like 3 or 4 years.
Besides, some other covers, things like that.
I love anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Yep.
Yeah,
on
May 1st. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They're really popular for their shelf boarding.
And from cells.
They got a cool JR logo right there on the waist. You'll be able to keep.
That's the one I was thinking. I knew one of them showed had the.
Better wear them, though. You better wear them.
yeah, you better wear them, right.
Well, I'm gonna shine it later, so I definitely gotta wear it.
Yes.
So you do shining here?
Yeah, I was telling you.
Yes.
Yeah. So we a lot of our work, because we're newer to the area, is mailing work. So locally, we are still trying to establish ourselves. So like walk-in shoe shines, maybe like 10 a year at the most. Most people send us their boots and their cowboy boots. We haven't really advertised dress shoes as much. Really for no particular reason, just because we don't get very much from them. They're natural, so we get a lot of cowboy boots. Eventually, though, we just started a YouTube channel for cowboy boots. So we have my channel and then a channel separate for cowboy boots. And the reason behind that, I'm gonna try to talk and do this at the same time. So the algorithm for social media recognizes the video and pushes it to people that they think is gonna like, that they're gonna watch. And so the avatar for someone who likes cowboy boots is way different than the avatar that's someone who likes dress shoes or like ladies' heels. So by posting videos on cowboy boots, dress shoes, boots, and women's heels all on one channel, it kind of confuses the algorithm. And so by having its own YouTube channel, it's going to push it to only people who like cowboy boots. By doing that, we're hoping to build out special teams for specific shoes. So Ben's going to be, he's training to be our head cowboy boot repair guy. And so that's where we just started the YouTube channel for that. And as we get more and more cowboy boots in, and as I kind of stop managing that team, he manages the team, then we'll move on to a new YouTube channel for dress shoes or for boots. And at the same time, I'll be keeping my channel, but my channel's gonna be more like Red Wing boots and stuff like that, and heritage stuff. Yeah, because that's really my passion. I wear those all the time. I love the way that they look. I have a whole bunch of dress shoes, but I never get to wear them because I'm here. I don't like to wear nice shoes because I get dye and stuff all over them. Events like this, I get to wear my nice shoes. Okay, so that's the plan. It's a really long-term goal, but I think that'll help one revive the shoe repair industry in the U.S., which is kind of what we're trying to go for here. Yeah. I mean, I could grow the channel to be all around me, but that's not going to help anybody. I don't know the passing going on. So yeah, I could build a good team, a good business that helps one revive the industry, but also helps other people like Ben get his life started and buy a house and family. That's my goal. I have to step away from fixing shoes just to build that, I'm cool with that. You know, I'll always be working on shoes. I want to get both of them ready to stitch at the same time. So. Yes, exactly. Yeah, she's been giving me some issues. So I'm hoping she stitches just
the machine.
That's what Trent and he were talking about, how the machines work.
Yeah.
Breaking that.
Yeah. These are really old machines. There's not a lot of people that work on them.
40 to 50 years old. So there's nothing new better.
They don't make these anymore, right?
Not those models. They have certain household stitchers for like manufacturing that they make, which I may want to get. Pretty cool.
That one you see right there is our only real working one.
Yeah.
There's this one we have right here.
That's been in the shop since Mexico.
Wow.
That needs a full rebuild.
And then the one y'all saw out in the front lobby there, that one was working, but one of the pedals broke on it. It's a cast iron pedal, so we're trying to figure out how to get it made, but it's been kind of
Almost have to go with someone like
custom.
There was a guy that reached out to me, he saw one of my live channels, and I mentioned it. He's got a buddy that works for NASA, I think.
Oh wow.
And does just machining on the side. He's like, hey, send me a pedal, I'll rebuild it for you. I'm like, cool, I'll do that. All right. Thank you, Jesus. That worked surprisingly well. Now, you're gonna first groove a channel, so if you just stitch it, we pull it back down, you'll see the way. We're gonna go groove a channel, and then that all works out. Over here. Do you want any funky stitching on the web? Like what? Funky stitching on the web? Yellow, green, blue, one brown?
Hot pink.
Hot pink.
It's popular. It's popular.
Oh, I thought you said I'll pick.
Oh, no. That's what he said, hot pink.
But if you like the yellow, pink,
Oh, we got people. You guys.
Oh, they are your shoes, you're the one that.
Yeah, whatever you can.
Well, it's blind stitching.
That's true.
I know it's responded if it was like-
You look really cute.
I'm just gonna use that.
Yes, you wear them.
You got black.
This shoe style was one of the first people that kind of got me interested in buying nicer shoes, and I'm kind of new to it. But that, and then restoration videos, and seeing that no matter how bad they get, if they're high in quality, you know, let's bring them back.
I was talking to Dan when we first came in about if you could possibly transfer it up to Black Stitch to a Goodyear quote.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
I would love to send in a pair.
Yeah.
Like if it's possible to keep it low profile, like
It's almost better. It's almost better to do rapid lift stitch.
yeah.
Good you well. Because then you start messing with the fitting, sizing of the shoe, trying to change the footbed and everything. You almost need to last for it, which again is possible. I've done it in the past. But I always try to push people towards the rapid leg stitch for their leg stitch because it gives the illusion of a Goodyear welt.
Yeah.
And it's just as strong too. How many guys know the number one rule before stitching? Benching rails.
Always check your bobbin thread.
Always check the bobbin thread. Yep. Don't want to run out mid-stitch.
Which has happened quite a few times. That's where we've been as the number one rule.
I used to buy 4-time shoes and the outlet gear.
Yeah.
And then a year later they'd be dead.
Really?
Yep.
So we have to adjust the depth of the shoe. So we have a little wing nut here, and this pushes it out. So what I'll do is I'll loosen up the wing nut, push the shoe onto it, tighten it up,
see where the marker was. And our goal is to make it look or hit all the original holes.
You didn't take the bulb out, so you kind of see holes in the bulb.
I may have to go and trim some more. This foot right here is left me no room. We're gonna do that. Once I have it set up, run through the top there. I have a marker here. And we're gonna adjust this to line up with that. As a drop down section. So once I get past there, it's where it starts to sit. There we go. So we'll start here and then all the way around. gonna go trim some more, so I can push it back. The foot's kind of messing up. But you know, that's the tricky part with the line stitches. If you don't have enough trim back, it's gonna the shoe or the sewing machine. What made you buy those?
Just videos that I saw on them, and then I was like, fell in love with it. And I couldn't get them, but then they had a sale on custom. Yeah, I changed the last into something wide enough. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I mean, I like Allen Edmonds because you can buy everything wide.
Yeah.
These guys, not so much.
I spent about a day on their website getting custom week doing and recorded it because my husband's messing around and stuff, looking at some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like fifth generation, something like that. So pretty legacy.
Of course, it's so much about the same foot size. And take care of them and do this kind of stuff. That's more.
And is it an 8 triple E or 7
8.5?
8.5?
About the same size.
Small shoe.
No, I'm really glad because I didn't really have one, and I was actually on the test couple weeks just on eBay looking to see if I could find one that was old and just try to get it, but I couldn't pull the trigger on any of them. And so I just had a pair. They do go Allen Edmonds that has that's like one of the newer cheaper soles. The like Resole, which is white, I love this one like cardboard or something. They're actually nice leather sole. So I brought those just in case.
I was glad to see we pulled the heel back off. I think it was snap leather instead of the fiberboard. Some of your lower.
And that's what I've noticed. You know, some of the favorite brands I got a pair of I love that. You pick them up, they're so heavy compared to like that Allen Edmonds. It's similar, but just the way it's like that. The sole, the heel, everything. Two pairs. So they're to that Allen Edmonds. Just completely different. Yeah, I saw a couple like really nice, like very what's that? Like very exuberant pairs that I really like. But just because the website was excellent work for shoes. So they like more around here. Okay. Alright, so we got brown on the bottom. We got red on top. It's going to be covered anyway. Just the shoes upside down. And you're going to. So this right here adjusts how the width of the stitch. Okay. If you want a wider stitch, you put it up here. Like your Iron Ranger. So like this. Yeah, so there's a wider stitch. Where the dress shoes have a more narrower stitch. So we want so we will put the narrow there. Water bottle, please.
Water bottle?
Like what?
Oh, the sprayer water bottle, not your water bottle. Pass it along to him.
This just helps the needle in the hole go through. It's gonna be pretty thin sole because we already trimmed it. So
essentially what this machine is doing really fast, you have the ball that comes up, that pokes a hole in the leather or the sole, and then you see it will move over it. So that moves the shoe to the next hole. This needle comes down. This loop right here picks it up. And then that throws it over the bottom. And makes it. We'll do that really fast.
So is this a chain stitch as well?
No, this is a lock stitch. Okay. So it's chain stitch with one thread, lock stitch with two, holding on to each other. Start the stitch in front of the loop. I want to go a little bit slower than this. I want to put the leather back and everything. This is part of how you have to learn machine level. Alright, so
Yeah, was it used broken needle?
Yeah, this time no. He breaks the stitching needles. We have the jerk needle is a little hand needle, so I break those. Yeah, so he's not always too pleased with me when he finds out I broke another needle.
This is one that's intact.
Place where it would break. That's the place where it would break right above. There's not light anywhere else.
Adjustment is probably the hardest part too. Because it doesn't just, you don't push it all the way back and that's where it snips. You gotta make sure that it loops properly, matching everything right. So I got first try. So how do we start the stitch? So we got lucky.
It's a blind stitch.
pull the top there to the bottom. This. Iron post coming to the bottom. And what we'll do before I glue it down is I'll trim that right there, and the glue will hold it into place. And from the top, as long as we start right where we finished, we will move it until stop. I got lucky with it. That through. And I'll put this one through as well. Already trimmed. And it's not the closest stitch. Didn't give me much lip. It's presentable.
I was gonna say, I think he was looking at.
Yes. Now, if this was a white stitch, then that would have been bad. Yeah. I would have. Yeah. I didn't want to say anything.
Didn't break anything. Well, besides the thread, but you know. Sometimes the yaw catches it like just right when it's going through, and it'll kind of shear the thread.
Is that the most nerve-wracking part of rebuilding a shoe?
Yes.
Stitching. I would say.
Yeah, the blind cut. It depends on the shoe. It depends on the shoe.
It's
Depends on what we're doing.
nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking, yeah.
So say you could put more tension on the blind.
I know.
I'll say though, for the most part, stitching the soles on any kind of shoe is right the most nerve-wracking. Because I mean that's what everybody sees when you're looking down at the shoe. So it's not clean, not pretty. It's OCD kicks in. That's why if I can, I don't try to force anybody to do it. They do new welds, they do new shoes, resoles. That's I always try to recommend that. It's an extra $100 for the hand stitch the welds on. But I mean, if you're paying what $600, $700, $800 for a pair of dress shoes, and you want to wear them another 10, 15 years, spending that extra money is well worth it. I know for me, I'll take a shoe. Like if I did my shoe and the stitching was a little off, I'd wear it 1 or 2 days. I'd look down. I did my wife's shoes for our wedding. We did a custom engraved sole, and there was one little flaw on the stitch at the welt, and it's white. It's white, and we didn't have time to fix it. Yeah. And so to this day, I try to get her to let me do it over again, but she doesn't want to touch it. Like, I'll hand stitch it. I promise it will be fine because it's got a custom JR sole. It's got a green nail sole on the insides that can recess, and they don't make that anymore. That's her favorite sole. She doesn't want me messing up the sole. I can just hand stitch it and stitch it a lot better.
Here's some of the we dye these to match the color they want: black, brown. This is a storm welt, this is a flat welt, this is a split welt.
Okay.
On the bottom, you have the groove here. That's kind of what we call the line to stitch it. With these split welts here, these ones are always a little tricky. That's a split welt here. Usually, what we do not do is it's kind of, because it's naturally folded over like this, we like to put it to the last, spread out like that, and hammer it out to kind of help it keep the shape when we're stitching it. A lot of times, it'll kind of get folded over even as you're stitching it. You have to untuck it from the thread.
Why would you select one over the other?
If you come down to aesthetics, a lot of work boots generally use a storm welt, or a flat welt.
Storm welt's supposedly more waterproof because it has that ridge on there. I don't know if I might not. I don't know.
So waterproof. Split welts you can see a lot. You see this a lot on derby boots or derby shoes.
That's why.
You also see a lot of third boots offer that. It's a plastic welt, but it's that same style.
Yeah.
So, and some Red Wings offer that as well.
Red Wing 1907 is split welt on that vertical stitch, exactly, which is purely aesthetics. That vertical part, because some manufacturer will just stitch on there, so it would be stitch top right there. And it's supposed to mimic a Norwegian welt, which is kind of like a Goodyear welt, but the welt or the stitch that holds the welts to the shoes on the outside. You see, it's normally a decorative stitch. I let that dry. Excuse myself again. I'm going to the restroom. Too much coffee this morning.
Aesthetically, if you're doing something, if it's like a 360 welt, we generally recommend going with like any of these options are good for a 360 welt. But if it's a 270 or a cowboy, we generally would advise going with a flat welt because here's a pair of boots. See, because the stitch only goes to here, we have to kind of skive it down to get it to match with the rest. But with the storm wells and the split wells, because they're so tall, you skive it down, it doesn't really look right. So we would generally advise going with a flat well, because when you skive it down, it kind of just flows into that arch naturally.
It would look a lot cleaner.
Exactly. Some Truman boots, they will have a storm weld or split weld, and they have it skived down. The back heel kind of it's weird, like it curves up and then just shoots down.
Yeah.
It's mainly aesthetics at that point.
Yeah, do the wood pegs, travel boots.
The wood pegs, if the customer asks for it, we will. But generally, we would mainly use the brass tacks here. If we're doing a rubber sole, we would use these ones. If it's a rubber sole, we generally just use brass tacks anyway. We don't really offer with lemon wood pegs on leather soles. See differences here. This one, it has the big bowl at the top there, around the head. That one's for the rubber soles. Because rubber's a lot more malleable, or not malleable, what's the word? It shapes differently than leather. And so, because it has a lot more of a sponginess to it, I guess would be more flexible, yeah. Basically, if you use this one here with the thinner head, as soon as you hammer it down in there, it would just sink right through it. It wouldn't catch. Because the rubber is more flexible, then it would just kind of sink that in there. So the wider, more rounded head catches with the rubber versus this one, the smaller head. And it sits flatter with the leather soles. Functionally, they're the same.
Is there a shoe brand or boot brand that you like best that you recommend or think is best quality from your experience?
My experience depends what you're looking for. So if you're going with like an heavy-duty work boot, my personal favorite is going to be Nick's. I just like it's the same PW sort of way of making things.
This is a split weld Steve actually made for me for a customer. With that, it's got that vertical row stitch on there.
Camel boots is mainly what I wear most days.
That is a good
I really like Finolio. Finolio, they're a smaller brand.
Like, wait a minute.
They're based out of Texas, I believe. They're actually nice. I want to give me a pair eventually, but they're like that. They're kind of similar to the Casey. Around the same sort of price range. A lot of iron in, but a lot of like crazy funky boots, but made really well.
But where's something I found? It doesn't matter what you do. Trying to save money on footwear is.
You gotta invest.
Yeah.
You gotta invest. I've heard the saying is you invest in your footwear and your mattress. Because you're gonna spend half your time in one and half your time in the other.
Yeah. The other one I heard is anything that has between you and the ground.
That is
Yeah.
popular.
Footwear, mattress, tires.
Yeah.
Because you wind up spending the same. Like I said, I used to buy a pair of.
You buy them, you buy it 4 times every year almost because they were exploding.
Yeah.
Vintage floor shines used to be really good. They used to be made high quality. Nowadays, they were a lot of these brands that were once really good. So brands like Justin, Fry, Floor Shine. A lot of times they get bought out by bigger companies that want to look cross footwear.
Yeah.
Or venture capital. Venture capital. Yeah. These are the words that they don't really.
They don't care.
Right. At that point, it's shareholders what they're wanting, so they want to drive up more profit. That kind of thing. It's kind of where a lot of times it's not always the brand's fault for the way that they're going down. Sometimes it can be, what certain people are wanting. But
yeah, I had a pair when I first I had a pair of black floor shine military shoes. But now they still look great. But 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they're just very good.
They're manufacturing to India. So I don't have any combination deals. So I make some custom ones. I just have full rubber ones. So this is a leather bench. This is what we talked about earlier. Some soul table. Put this on there. So this is a GM. Okay, this is a JR bench. The GM. So we have that here in the shop for people who have abnormal large feet. Their shoes are super wide. The pre-cut soles. So, poor cow. In the rain and stuff, it's getting hard.
Yeah, a lot of if you were to buy the full hide, sometimes you can see a lot of natural scars, things like that. Sometimes those aren't desirable. People don't want you to have a big old scar on the side of their shoe or anything. Sometimes manufacturers will do kind of like a second-hand sale, where it's kind of the factory seconds of the leather that nobody really wants. Yeah.
Yeah, this is way cheaper now getting exactly. And the truth is, natural products should look natural.
Yeah.
It's part of their life.
Also,
Mine's
depending on the type, so some of the more exotic leathers like kudu, some more kangaroo too will also have lots of marks typically because they're colored well. They don't want to get inside. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what, okay, go ahead. That was my spouse's favorite shoes. Sound heads.
Oh
Wears them all the time, it's so comfortable.
But it takes the stress off of wearing them too the first time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like nothing worse than a brand new like Caspian or something, you just don't want to mess it up. You know, it's hard.
That's why I tend to go for suede too. Okay, I can do these a little dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where it's relatively easy to maintain.
It's super easy to do. Yeah.
You said poor cow, at least it was thick skin.
Yeah. She didn't take no bull.
We show the night is the way we try to be.
I'm just trying to piece out everything. That's gonna be an area for years. Yeah. This first. Straight. So these are snake rohi heels. So I just put this pattern off. I think it will look really nice. Like that on the side there. Talked about shoes and ate pizza. It's like the best day of my life. It's amazing. What about our wedding? Yeah, that was good too. Yeah, that was good.
That has to be the best.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty guys, I'm gonna start ordering the pizza, if you guys like.
11 already?
It's a minute,
Okay.
an accident. So if you
Yeah.
guys want, you guys can look at the Salvo's menu and then, what do you think, babe? 2 or 3? What do you think? Yeah, you guys can vote, battle it out, the 3 top winners, and that's what we're over. Yeah, we can do that.
We can get 6 free.
Yeah, we do that all the time because they actually have the best pizza. I usually pick something new every time, and he gets a new lover every time, and we just split them out. So if you guys want, we can look at the menu, the Salvo's Pizza, it's down the road. You can use your phone if you like, and see what works for you guys.
I'm not taking
Yeah.
Alright, no
I
worries.
thought they got some real good
They got
pizza.
like it's a specialty Italian mom and pop.
I've had
Delicious.
some before. That's just down the road.
Mhm. And again, if you guys are hungry or want some water or refreshments or extra cup of coffee, it's all right there. You guys can help yourself anytime.
You got Jose's Chicken, or Jose's Kitchen.
You're so funny. Jose's Kitchen is like a Mexican Chinese fusion restaurant.
What?
We made jokes about it because my brother eats at Mexican China down at Old Fort.
Which is a gas station.
Yeah. he has,
Listen,
he
in
has
the
no
South, sometimes
dependents,
those
he
gas
has no
stations
dogs,
got
he
the
is
best
not
food.
Absolutely.
I have to say, the best tacos I've ever had in my life was down in Texas at the gas station.
Yeah.
That's different. It's down in Texas,
Yeah,
next to the
that's
border.
true.
As a
Yeah.
Californian, it's different when you're that close to the
My
border.
wife's
The
from
Latino
Dallas,
food is.
so.
I once stopped at a place in New Braunfels, Texas, that said best fajitas in Texas.
Was it true?
You know, I haven't tasted all the other ones
So far.
but I can tell you that I see no fault in their life. What is this? Okay, I guess we've never had fajitas before in my life. This is totally different.
Oh no, food as soon as you go like West Coast is so good.
She's
Every
from
time we,
California.
yes, no, every time we visit my family in California and every time we go to Arizona, me and my husband love to see my abuelo and my abuela because oh my gosh, the food's so good. The chile rellenos and the enchiladas are so good.
It's
Can't
crazy.
find none of that here.
It's crazy how much different like Arizona Hispanic food is
Yes.
versus Texas.
Yeah, well,
It's
for
different.
sure, yeah. And then Latino food in California too is a little different. It just depends. Well, there's a bunch of different Latinos that start there too. And then Mexico has a bunch of different states with different like recipes and influences on family dishes. And so you just get these wonderful fusion of different cultures. And a lot of Latinos just like my family and they like yeah, exactly. Yeah, it happens all the time. It's delicious food. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's so good.
Sure, I'm on whatever. Typically, I always go with like their large margarita pizza, and I just eat it all in one sitting. Try to think yet. I'm on just a margarita. No, just the margarita. But I'm on meatloaf as well. All the flavors provided. You don't need to add. It's actually classic Italian style.
Go rescue her, so.
Okay, so I did took a JR capsule, which I have there, so it works out marked out the pieces. And then you see the line on the whole. We're just gonna follow that. With that and that. And that. And you get a combination. You really picked the wrong place. Possibly way. It's all good.
It's great for me, but.
Yeah.
They sell these, but you know, like I said, we don't do very many shoes, so I don't keep combination tacos and stuff. I usually just order them if I have a pair of one. This is just this one shoe.
Yeah.
I'm learning trade.
Just glad you're getting these for free.
The next time we'll have Ben do a cowboy boot.
Like you did the wood tag.
Yes.
Yeah.
New foot beds and everything. We have 3 hours.
I'm sure I can do it. I can do it 3 hours so long as it's actually 4 hours. We just call it 3 hours.
That's it all day.
Yeah, no, it takes forever. They're like the most fun to do, but they're also the most time intensive.
You start at 8 instead of 9.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be here at 4 in the morning, finish at 12.
There's pizza.
Yeah. Free food.
I was like, yeah.
How many shoes would you say you get done per day on average?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
It depends on.
I was gonna say some of it probably depends on the shoe too.
When you say done, do you mean from completely resold from start to finish?
Is that kind of how you said you guys do it now? It's kind of
Yeah, that's how we're trying to. We're making the transition from that to this. Yeah. With training Benjamin, he's not as well on the stitcher as I am. So certain jobs,
I hate that stitcher.
And certain jobs, I'll have him start it and get it to the point where I'll have to stitch it, and then I'll give it back to him to finish it, and then I'll do the final touches, the final sanding and everything. So it's weird. Some days we'll get 2 done, some days we'll get 5. But really, like on the back standing, what you see there, that is all the shoes that I stitched. He put the soles on, did a rough trim, and then now all I gotta do is go and sand them all and finish them all. Okay, so we'll get. It's better to measure it as like how many we get done in a week. Yesterday I finished. I boxed up and I sent out 9 shoes that I finished and boxed up, sent out. But 8 more came in. So if we think about it on a weekly basis, it's kind of like 8 in, 8 out.
okay.
So how do you have them practice without messing up? I mean, is there like a practice thing?
We have practice shoes, yeah. And then a lot of it is just.
Sometimes he has to fix it.
Error correction is part of the learning, right?
Yeah. He hasn't cut the shoe yet, but the soles and everything can always be.
I have had to redo quite a few pairs of boots.
It's part of the learning process. Every now and then I'll give them like a practice shoe, like, all right, you start to finish this. This one I want to test. And so I did the same things. But I did end up having to, when I was learning, buy a brand new pair of shoes for somebody. One, because it was the footbed was like plastic. And at this time I was taking on jobs that my father-in-law did. Because I was watching YouTube, I was taking on, I was curious, and I want to learn, I want to practice. So this one, I put into the heat press to heat up. I had the soles glued and everything. I put it in the heat press. I looked down, I looked back up, and the whole thing shriveled out. And this is one of those footbeds where it's stitched into place, so it's not like the leather is folded over. It's like a whip stitch all the way around. And it's like paper, like fiberboard type, almost fiberglass type material. So that there's no way I was going to put that. Every surgeon learned something.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, he was very nice, very kind, very understanding. Thankfully, I was able to find a replacement shoe. Because some of the shoes are like discontinued models and stuff like that. Yesterday, one of the shoes I had finished, it was actually the graffiti soles with the sole the, I guess, the certain color, the certain brands, that leather was, they don't make it anymore. It's never. So, okay, out of sheer habits, I conditioned them, I get them all washed up, all pretty, I send him the pictures. He calls me, he's like, did you condition them? Yeah, I specifically told you not to. That's a rare color, they don't make that anymore. I'm like, oh, I usually overwrite notes. That one I didn't, I guess I forgot to write. But it ended up working out because I used some spot remover, which is like watered down acetone. Okay. Stripped all the color off, the reconditioned leather. I use Black Rock, which Black Rock's great for if you don't have a specific shoe cream color. Yeah. Black Rock is perfect. It's got, I don't know what they use. It's a great conditioner.
It's a family recipe.
Yeah, they don't share. But it's great. And so I used the spot remover. It brought it back to the color it was, but it was super dry. Yeah. So I gotta put something on. So instead of using the Black Rock, I use Cadillac the leather lotion, which is like Saphir. Okay. It's got a funky smell to it. I don't like using it. But the only reason I do use it is because it doesn't have a change of color.
My friend uses
Big four.
It's a popular one. Black Rock is what we like I said we mainly use that one. It's skin safe and everything.
Use that and the Saphir's Universal and South. Yeah, those two are just
Gonna be all fancy.
If it's a work boot, I'll do Black Rock. If it's more of a dress boots, dress shoes, cowboy boots, then I'll do the Saphir.
If you're staying for the Sushan Masterclass, this is going to be what we'll be using, the Saphir
I
products.
don't know if they're using that. They're using a different Saphir.
Well, it's Saphir products.
Saphir products, yeah. That, I don't, look, the last class I went to, with them, they didn't have a different Saphir.
It's set on the room as well, which is a really good product.
Yeah.
So I'm just, like we're doing the well pressing, we're doing the same thing.
So, what do you use when it's an oil change?
You use Black Rock or Black Rock. I mean, there's specific
Yes.
conditioners for that, but Black Rock and Saphir is pretty much just universal.
Yeah.
Good.
Like
conditioner.
these boots I'm wearing right now, these are a pair of higher boots. They're NC pull-up leather. And we just use Black Rock on these. It's still, Black Rock is great because it is pretty universal. So I still have a lot of the pull-up in there. It just kind of rejuvenated the leather. So added a little bit more like a depth of color. But that's really only going to last for a little bit because it's fresh on there. It'll just sort of kind of fade eventually, but even out.
We got the flap closed down. There is one section right here. I did mess it up there. The knife slipped through a little bit. I'll lightly sand it, but it's just going to be unfortunate. A scar that's character to the shoe. So remember, every time you see it,
Like I said,
you'll remember that.
real products. Yeah, real products are real products.
Sand the back here. So we get to that.
Okay. What is it? We got a question. All right, so we got a question. Yep. So, Mr. Brian Tiller, I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. He says, He has a pair of Iron Rangers. They're size 13D, and they're really snug on the balls of his feet. Can they be sized to an E or double E's with the rebuild?
Yes. Need new footbeds, make them wider, stretch the uppers a little bit. It is possible, very time consuming, and frankly kind of expensive to get them, but it is possible. It's, unless you have like a sentimental tie to it, the better just to sell them on eBay and get another one, the right size. Actually, that brings up a good point. So next week on YouTube, I'll have a Red Wing sizing guide video. I actually went to the Nashville store and we filmed the sizing guide for YouTube, so people can see how to actually get their shoes sized. Because the big misconception, people think they're size 9 in one model, they're size 9 in the rest of the model. So that's not at all. So I always tell people, even from brand to brand, like a Carmina to an Allen Indus, it does vary.
Even in the same brand.
Yeah.
Yep.
It depends on the brands, two, the last they use, that will depend on the size. So really, you just gotta try them on 5 brands and figure out, all right, I'm a 9 in Allen Indus, 8 in Carmina, I'm a 10 in Allen or Red Wings. That'd be cool. That was a lot of things.
Even like P&W brands are completely different sizing. Like sometimes it could be up to like a 2-size difference.
Wow. What is it? The Nicks and Whites both use like the 55 glass, but the sizing on either one is so different.
It can be.
Yeah.
I think it's on some it is kind of relative.
They both use the 55 glass.
They both use the 55 glass.
But it's like
they're
different glass on each.
Right.
Yeah. Everything's at
Yeah. Yeah, I watched this and shit.
Right.
Just trim out the edges here. And then we gotta make sure that the shoes are balanced. I think this might be a thicker rubber. So I might have to sand the bottom of it to get it to balance properly.
You don't know what it means when it says balanced? To balance the heel? Okay.
Let me see if I have any.
Too high. No idea what it means.
You need balance front to back so that it.
The whole, basically you want the entire heel to sit flat with this. Resting right here, it'll put too much pressure right up into that section of your foot. Really.
Here's an example. This is a boot that we resold. You have to go for a unit sole. So there it's all one piece. We don't have another heel stack in there or anything. And they're great. They're actually be a little bit lighter weight, that kind of thing. They have certain qualities about them that you would want unit sole. But the problem is because we don't have another heel stack in there, we can't balance it. So it has this rock to it.
So that's a crepe sole, which will give a lot more than just. You won't really feel much of it.
It's a lot like
That
softer
is-
sole.
Like you said, that's part of it.
So you don't want it rocking back and forth, you want it.
A lot of Iron Rangers like this one when they come standard. They have their regular sole and they just have a single piece rubber heel. And because it's that single piece, there's no leather in there to balance it out or create enough of a wedge in there where it sits flat. They do have that rock sort of naturally. You see right there where he's put that.
Take it here, so it's this little curve here. Let our feet on flat, so have it so we're gonna stand a little bit more.
flat, it's called Disassembly. I like changing it sometimes. It's depending on the size and the last you get. Because if you get a unit sold, with those Resole, probably just be a lot more like softer. Where like this, like a nice rubber. Those ones that are either like a long rubber or soft, real thin ones. Stuff that they're a lot more comfortable than something heat on it. For that, concrete ironwork, but depending on the heat all day. And then that flat, soft wedge is more comfortable than that. It's a lot more beautiful. These things out there. It's because they get that rock through. We send that heel stack at an angle, that when we put the top on there, it sits flat, you don't have that rock. That causes the excess pressure in your heels.
The only reason we had to do that is because we put a thicker heel on there, so it lasts a little longer for you, but it's got a nice feel. Usually we don't have to do that, just have the same style heel on there. Next step, we gotta clean up this heel brush. So that's a really rough sandpaper, so I'm gonna go over here with my sandpaper on there, and I'm gonna wet sand it. And the wet sanding, just like you wet sand wood or something that exposes the fibers, and as you sand it, it'll flatten it out and get really smooth.
Almost like it's furnishing.
Yeah, basically.
If you would like to go watch, you can. You don't have to see. Feel free to move about as you wish.
So when you sand it down?
You mean the balance or?
No, when you sand down the entire sole.
I'm talking about the edges.
Oh,
edge. Yeah. Redo the edges. Alright, so. So what do you guys need? You want the back nailed or you want just glue it like it is manufactured? Whatever you think is best. I always overkill. I always overkill.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some grass.
More aesthetic.
So with this, depending on the shoe, a lot of people, and I don't like to talk bad about other colors, so I'm not going to mention any names, but a lot of people just put 4 or 5 nails in the back, and the issue with that, with the 270-degree welds, is,
You don't have anything else holding it down, do you?
yeah, no, I mean, other than the nails that hold the heel base on,
Yeah.
and a lot of people take their shoes off till the heel.
Yeah.
Flops over. So with me, especially because I do a lot of nailing repairs, and I guarantee on my work, if that happens to come, then I'll pay for you to ship your shoe back to me, so I can get it done properly. So if I can put a few extra nails here in the back, and it prevent that from happening, then obviously that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, these nails, called clinching nails, they have a very fine tip. They hit the metal wax underneath and they curve over, kind of like a J, back into the book. Yep. Now you're not able to see on this one because we've got a padding on the inside there. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna go in and do a few more here at the back.
So this is
Red lines.
this is a standard steel one. The brass ones are special solid. This is the brass one. Looks
They're
like
actually like $80 a box.
Oh.
you can see if I hit it there, it curls over there. So it also is where it hooks into it. So not only does it crook over so you don't feel it, it hooks into it so it's not worried about pulling out.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do here, take some the black rock take out. There is this piece right here, which is called the cone sander, also as a breast wheel. And when we have it on the shoe, that's what we use to trim it. But that's only like a 24 grit, so it doesn't leave a nice finish on there. So I'm gonna do just a little bit. This is why I finished it up here first. I don't do this to all shoes. I saw the Iron Rangers, they didn't do that. This is more for dressier style shoes. Supposed to be more elegant. I'm gonna use this real quick. I'm gonna move the camera bin. Thank you. This is a buffing wheel. This is what I use to do all of my finishes when it's plugged in.
Boston Dynamics effect.
Yeah, the shine I'm going to be doing later today, this is what I use to get that done a lot faster. The brush just it applies the wax a lot faster. Just by hand. You can do multiple coats really. That there for you guys so you can see the inside. Yeah, so we got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 nails holding that back heel down. So that is And then we'll have probably the original manufacturer had 4 nails going to heel base on. Probably put 9 to 11.
No.
Maybe 9 to 11 on this. So we that's.
He's using this device right here. So it's the heel wheel.
I'm not going to use that.
You have to use this one?
No. We'll do the.
Oh, you're doing the little.
We'll do the ball nail. The top of that leaves marks into the heels.
It's got.
Oh, he picked a limited edition.
Good.
If you wanted leather, I was like, I can't just do a boring no stamped JR.
No, it's gorgeous. They don't make that.
And a blind stitch.
Look at that. That's like what you submitted to the competition for your trophy. Right?
Just about,
And he's doing custom combination heels as well.
Yeah, that's literally what he got second place for. That's pretty funny.
So
I'm happy to put quality extras.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I thought it was just funny. I was just like, oh, that's amazing.
Going way above and beyond.
Oh no, this is.
Hey, you're just getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
if anyone was curious, this
I would have never done
this job probably would be about 500 to 600.
It's literally almost identical to his competition shoe front. It's amazing. Like
That
this.
blind stitch, as you saw, was, I got to charge my mental, stability. Yes, takes over. That being said, those who did bring their shoes, the $20 that you guys paid to be here, if you wanted to put towards recrafts, we did that. I can't get it done today, but we can get you in line.
I want. Yes. Like I said, I spent my whole life not winning anything. I can't complain about it.
We just did a giveaway, and a lot of people were like, "I've never won anything," and I finally won. They were so happy. It's pretty cool.
It was very cute. It was very cute reading those comments. Wow. Actually, one of the comments ended up being his patch.
I was gonna buy a ticket, but I guess.
Do you want to see him? Show her your apprentice of the year. This is a comment a customer left.
Which one is it?
It's the other one.
Other one? Yeah. This one.
Right? I thought it was a man left patch. That's the fun. Yeah, that's the craziest thing.
That's awesome.
I took a screenshot and everything. I was like, I can't let this die.
Yeah,
That's
no,
absolutely
you gotta do something.
hilarious. Oh yeah, 100%. I think a grown man was like, this is it.
And then continue to text us a picture of this TV.
Yeah.
With me and them on there.
He's like, this is how I watch you guys. I'm like, wow.
Good to see you.
He's really into this.
There's no big deal. If you want to know if anyone cares, there's some guy
At least, yeah.
who thinks your voice is like a subwoofer and watches you on his TV.
That comforts me so much.
Oh my gosh. This
Yeah,
is so
You have that
voice like
I get it a lot, yeah.
That is the funniest thing.
What does it feel like to be famous now?
He's like, please
It's
don't.
not what I hoped.
I really thought these comments would be for women.
No.
No.
It's like when you start like working out and everything,
Yeah, and it's
bodybuilding,
Yeah.
you only get compliments from dudes.
You know, only women talking. They're just like, you look gorgeous. I'm like, oh, thanks. Amore.
Yeah.
They won't be doing the look so they couldn't today.
Go ahead and pick it up.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
It's ready when you're
Okay, that's ready to go.
Yeah. I don't need the card though.
You shouldn't need a pin for this.
And if you just run it as credit, it'll be good. Like bypass the block system.
You weren't able to pay for it on the phone?
He wouldn't let me.
That's so weird.
That is weird.
That's it. We're never using them again.
Probably just the guy. Last time I was there, they were training like their nephew or something. He was so cute. He was like 8. He was like, can I have? It's a family shop. Yeah. I was in the shop around that age. I was okay. I didn't see that. He was like, hi, Miss. And he could barely meet the counter. It was so cute.
I'll go and
Yeah,
grab
you're
that.
good.
I didn't see. You guys know the gentleman's notches? So, let me go. I think I have a show of
You do. It's like one of your competition shoes. So a lot of the terms will vary based on your region. So like for example, a lot of people would say, do you guys repair taps? And a tap is something you put on a heel cap. Some people refer to the heel cap as a top lift, and it just depends on where you're at.
Alright, so this is a gentleman.
Oh,
So that's back in the day, what I've heard, Steve actually told me that, when you wear cuffed pants, a lot of times it was tearing. Right? So people, customers are actually asking to put that in. So that's what that's for. I think all Allen Edmonds has that. Pretty sure.
Alan and Edmonds upstairs have them. They're like only year old.
So I was looking at the original ones. It looks that's something. Go ahead and do that. Put that in the new ones.
I like that you're happy every time. He's like, yeah. What's really sweet is I was talking to your wife before she left, and she was like, I really hope he wins. Like, it was so cute. It was so cute. I was like, I think he's got a good chance. I mean, it's a small group. Everyone's odds are pretty good.
The odds are high.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Other than her poor judgment, man.
That's what I say about my wife.
Oh, stop it.
She should have known better. May it'll be 4 years.
Congratulations.
And this can.
Your anniversary month is the same as ours.
Oh, really?
Alright, now this is kind of a common problem. I've done this a couple times. You see how that's onto, like, it's slanted up to one side? So that's supposed to go to the outside of the shoe. Outside meaning the outside section. The inside meaning like in between ankles. And that's because most people wear their shoes to the outside. So a lot of manufacturers, when they do this, they put it down on that side. And there's a couple times where I flip-flopped it. I put it on the inside. On the inside, I had to start all over, take it off. I want to double check that since I did that with the solar. On there. And then I have right side. Yep. Do you guys know what makes Allen Edmonds different than other ones? I don't know. I don't think I do. Alright. So, look at the heel brush here. It's even on both sides, right? Yeah. Allen Edmonds, they make this side, the inside, a little bit taller than the outside. That gives arch support right here. So, if you're resoling a pair of Allen Edmonds and you pay attention, you don't know that, you put new heel bases on there, it just a devil's rate. Yep. Now Allen Edmonds does use a paper foot bed, or paper heel base, I'm sorry. And so, immediately, most of the time I replace it, I can't reuse it, we take it off, pull it apart. But when we do replace it, we put leather on there, and the leather heel bases, I'll grab one for you guys. Come like this. So when I put the new leather heel bases on there, I will sand the inside, or the inside. I'll sand it higher, or leave it higher than the other one. And so that way you get leather heel bases with that same arch support. All right, now this is fun part. You have this really cool tool. This is called a, I call it a ball nailer. Some people call it tubular nailers. It's a whole bunch of different names.
If you're worried about fast burners, what is this? Cool.
Oh my goodness. But seriously, that's
That's a fatal instinct.
that is
Yeah.
big.
One we want to check the balance. Balance is
take these are threaded nails made of with looks like
Yeah.
thread, and they supposed to go in and nothing. So you have this tube right here and the little junction. This goes into there. Sometimes it gets caught, but lift it up. That nail goes into there. And then you use this as a handle. Here in the back. Now, you guys want to pick your cups up? It does kind of vibrate a little bit. Goes down. And so that right there, see that? So that behind there, the sticky note on it that says check the stuff or the helium. So this basically does the same thing as this, but does 4 or 5 at a time. But issue with that is sometimes it will bend the nails if you don't hold it properly. So I really use that for cowboy boots and other style shoes like engineer boots. That's hard to get. And the top, the presser plate that pushes it down, it has a lot of ridges on it, so it leaves a lot of really marks on it. That's 5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Started out with 4.
Started out with 4. And that's the goal, right? With fixing shoes, it's not just trying to get it back to what it was. Obviously, if that's what you want, but also we want to kind of upgrade it because all manufacturers cut corners. Yeah, even if they're doing things. Yeah, they didn't have it before. Custom shoes are like a grand minimum. That's fair. And so essentially it's not that. Let's say you buy a pair of Allen Edmonds for $400. Yeah. They got leather foot pads, which is good. Nothing well. The only thing is they have paper. And yeah, all they use is paper boots. I think, for example, did a video that was he like ripped them bad. But spend $300 to $400 on a shoe. You spend $200 to $300, sometimes $400, depending on what upgrades you get on a Resole recraft. You basically have a $1,200 to $1,500 shoe. But you only spent $500 to $600. So that's kind of my goal. I think that's where the shoe repair industry is going. It's more towards the custom recrafts. Obviously, you have the standard Resoles and everything too, but this is what I think is more appeasing to people. Like 80 to 90% of the work that comes in is for me custom recrafts. If they want to change a certain aesthetic, a certain look, they want a different sole. They have a pair of cowboy boots that have leather sole on it. They don't like the leather. They want to do a rubber sole. But they ride motorcycles, so they want a heavy duty love sole on their cowboy boots. Because the leather sole on it. Yeah, not for very long. Yeah, I have work shoes. Yeah. There's like rubber sole on them. Yes. Yeah, I'm running around all day in them. Yeah. It's quite controversial, but for me to say, because I have a lot of videos where I say rubber is better than leather. A lot of people don't like that. They just stuck with that. I mean, from the side of the dress shoe, I understand. You know, that's the application. You want a leather sole, something that can shine up real nice. Rubber soles don't really get shiny. And so, forgot we don't have Ben here. There we go. Alright. Finish. Do you want it back to like a darker brown edge? Or do you want lighter brown? Want a natural? So that would be like the color of a natural. This would be a dark brown, medium brown, somewhere in between. Usually I tell people more formal shoe, go with dark brown. If it's a casual shoe, it's a formal shoe. With the one suit I own, it's something that goes with it.
Naturals are almost the same color as the leather.
Yeah. That's my favorite. One, the way it looks. Two, is the easiest to do. So just do the final sanding, and I put condition of the entire shoe. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ends in that little middle. That's nice and solid. Okay, so now this is probably gonna take me about 5 to 10 minutes of doing the sanding and everything. So if you guys want to watch, you get the chips. No food's here, so I'm gonna get to that. Get the chips. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to the sander to watch. Grab some chips if you want.
Oh, they grabbed it.
We get a picture.
Basically, what I'm working on is I want the edge of this to be like, as long as you keep it there,
sharp points. It's gonna be completely smooth all the way around. No bumps or ridges, no little grooves, waves. That's what I'm looking for. I said groove and wave at the same time. So I can just time here. Feel nothing's rough. It's all nice and smooth. Go over here for the edge finish. Alright, so for edge finishing, dark brown, a little difficult. The leather likes to dye, and so you get like a weird splotchy finish. But I'm sure that give us a nice clean dark brown edge finish. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. What did I do? We got one. Quick. So this is plantation crepe. A lot of times people use it for salt. I don't know if you guys noticed, but some glue got onto the covers there. And it's just a natural part of it. With suede shoes, we will tape off the uppers so that that doesn't happen. But just take some tape here. Doesn't affect the color, affect the finish or anything. On most shoes. Some shoes, like the cheaper ones, like the newer Fuller Shine, I would not do this. I wouldn't. I don't really like their Resole, those newer Fuller Shines. The sole they use is crappy and the uppers are crappy. Like they almost start to fall apart in my hands. I'm just normally working on their shoes. Alright. So we have dark brown. This is dark brown dye. So I'll do a coat of the dark brown dye, and then I'll go after do a coat of mahogany. I don't know what it is difference, but the mahogany, the dark brown, the mahogany leaves a nicer, less blotchy finish. I'll do my best not to get any on the sole, not to get any on the shoe. So as I go all the way around, that'll dry, it'll look really weird. See how it's not an actual dark brown. It's kind of, it's absorbed into the dye of the leather itself. So I'll do 2 coats all the way around. Then we'll go ahead and put the mahogany. I think the mahogany is a little bit of a thicker consistency.
More oily.
So it actually sits on the upper. I think after the dark brown on as a base, the mahogany makes it really nice.
Kind of seals it up.
Dark brown. I did do I had another pair of cases that just finished resoling. It was a black cherry. What's that one model you like?
The San Antonio.
San Antonio's.
Black cherry.
Black cherry San Antonio's, and I asked him if I could do a experiment with a black cherry edge finish, and it actually turned out really nice. You guys know what black cherry is?
You know what black cherry is? Yeah. It's basically like a black and red finish. So it's got a. What I did was I took I took a black. I put black dye on it, and I did the same thing where it faded, and I lightly sanded again with the block, and then I did like 3 or 4 coats of a red dye on top of it. So you have that red undertone or black.
This is what the
black cherry is.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
these are in my dreams.
yeah.
Those are gorgeous.
But he did that kind of finish along the edge. They come with the black edge finish. But he's able to do that along the edge as well. It's sort of natural like variation and everything. It starts out kind of more like a solid, almost black, with like kind of like a red undertone. But as you wear them over time, kind of like an old tan almost, but not quite, or like a T-core. I think it's weird. It's kind of like a mixture of like T-core and an old tan. So they just fade beautifully over time.
It's like the a reverse patina.
Yeah.
I know Alan Emmons has one of those. It starts off as a brown, and then it kind of the finish on it. If you as you scuff it, it'll start to reveal a lighter color underneath. They call it a reverse patina. Patina normally gets darker over time. This one gets lighter. It's like you guys know the Roseanne blood leather?
Yeah.
It's like basically like that. And if you get one of those, or blood course stuff.
No.
I'm sure it's hard to find the right size here if you could. My wife has that same issue. She has some shoes she still wore in high school. Can't find them.
Size 5, 5.5.
Have
Tough with women, even.
Have you tried Thursday boots?
I have one.
Yeah. Do you like Thursday boots? That's one brand that she can wear.
Do Goodyear ones.
Oh, for women. Well, their captain is a good one.
I think they have like multiple different lines.
Oh,
Their
and
women's
this was a
captain
while
is a good
ago.
one.
So things evolve.
They have a few options that are good. They have a pair of like their women's cowboy boots out in the front on that second row in the front. It's
That's,
From
I don't know. I don't
Thursday?
think that's good. You're with it.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it's not.
The boat looks about like. I don't know.
Stitching on the soles.
To me, it looks like it lines up, but.
But yeah, their sneakers are pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that's a good thing. They're good intro boots, is what I tell people. I'm trying to get into heritage boots. Start off with them. Like $200.
They're going to be probably a little more comfortable out of the box too.
Yeah, they got that nice core on it. So they do have a paper footbed, but 360 Goodyear welded most of the time. They got some leg stitch models as well too. But their leather uppers are pretty good. So if anybody's just getting into shoe heritage boots, I always tell them to go Thursday, try it out. And then you can upgrade to like the red wing heritage line. You can upgrade to other stuff after that. You don't mind spending a little more money on. A bunch of the PWs after that.
I just went straight to the people.
Get straight to that. How long did it take you to break them in?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was my very first pair.
Here's
I think I wore 'em-
Thursday Oxford right here.
Okay. I think I wore them solid for about 3 weeks before they finally started like
Every day?
just about. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was. I don't advise that.
Don't advise that?
No.
Well, that's funny because we do a series on YouTube where I do wear a pair of shoes every single day for 3 months. That's what the grandson did.
Oh yeah.
And you can't say anything, but I gotta rely on YouTube. I'll tell you guys after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something coming up that's potentially could work. If not, I don't want to announce it and not work.
Right.
But it's pretty exciting, and it was gonna kill my feet. All right. So that's pretty much much dry. Now, I like to take
A lot of the example boots we have on that, on the shelves and everything, a lot of those are Thursday boots.
This is number 32, Born Brown. It's a shoe cream from Sophia. I like to put this on just one to help seal up the edges. And the leather dye, it does a, it leaves almost like a metallic finish to it.
Sheen.
Sheen, yeah. And so you can do it this way. I like doing it because it's got the pigment in there. You can also just put conditioner on top of it if you're ever dyeing shoes or you're redoing your edges. Because you guys can, it's very easy to redo the edges on your shoes. You take some sandpaper like I have there, lightly sand it, take some dye, make sure everything, put some cream on after. You can clean up the edges because the edges is what typically starts to fade every now and then, or before the rest of the shoe. That's what's touching the brand. Do some here. Okay. Get the dye back out. So some dye going on the heel and on the breast of the shoe. See, it's got this weird line. Brush some dye. Touch that color up a little bit. Alright, we'll let that dry a little bit, and then do the same thing to this other one. That one turned out nice. Okay, when I mess up on just one shoe, do the other thing. What time do we got?
4:14.
Alright. Last thing after this, we're gonna put some nails on the heel. I like to get the original ones, the brass tacks. Put some at the toe, buff it, the edges, do our burnishing of the edges, and then we'll put some, just a coat of the Sophia cream on there. You said you're gonna be shining these, right? Do too much to the zippers, right? Really great shape anyway, so. Now, you see the JR sole, there's got some dark spots around the edges. That's from cutting it and lifting it up. Typically what I would do is I would lightly sand it, bring it that to that nice color I had originally, but because JR doesn't feed, you sand it and get rid of that. That's just the unfortunate part about doing blind stitches on machine soles. I think it looks good, adds character to it.
Yes. 8 minutes after I work.
So, I'm gonna make what they had previously. Okay, so. Careful with the nails there. You can see the old pattern. We're gonna try to mimic here. This is pretty much just all freehand in there. Just go over, I think. Yeah, you missed that. That's good. Weird. Yeah, that's the usually have 30. There. Sweetheart, is Levi here?
No, well, actually, I think it might be February.
Yeah, he says he's gonna be here on 12.
Yeah, I think he might have just showed up.
Cool. He has a 6-hour drive to get to.
Oh, where's he traveling from?
I don't know. I know 6 hours.
6 hours.
I would have driven yesterday.
Right. And why did it come wash this? I mean, I had a 6-hour drive. I'm not going to make that. Like that makes a lot of sense. So I'm just going through and pre-punching the holes. It's easier to put the nails in.
Ready down to the brass tacks.
Yep.
I really like that one, didn't you?
Yeah. That was good.
I'd like to say that.
Yeah. When else can you use that? I know, right? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do not think we're gonna get this done in time. I love everything. I was hoping for a simple Allen Evans dress shoes. Nothing crazy on the bottom. The Lord really tested me on this one. Testing my skills. It's alright, it's cool. It's
Great.
Next for a good demonstration.
Get more views.
See if we
Next
can,
time.
Sorry.
no, it's SBC.
Yes.
next time we'll practice.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Like just a quick pull up to see the live
Okay.
chat.
With a hand
Placing the foot with
Right.
hold fast construction.
Right. Place the insult.
Relasting and reshaping the toes. How you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Good. How was the drive?
Oh, it's not too bad. Got in like at 1:30 last night. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you were driving up this morning.
No, we got in late. Finished the way.
That's the better option since waking up at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that was just not gonna be the driving back tonight.
Where are you from?
From Indiana.
Oh,
Oh.
Indiana.
Yeah. So,
That's a drive.
about 7 hours. It's alright. I've done it many times. So easier than flying and renting. Just get a car. Okay.
So we were just saying that I was hoping for something, a simple Resole like a pair of Allen Evans.
Yeah.
And of course the one who won is a Carmina with a blind stitch.
Ooh.
We did had some graffiti souls.
You guys are gonna show then. If you're gonna see all that.
You better be. Take a while.
I will be honest, we saw mine with the artist, so we all put the same name.
They wanted the full experience.
It's that, yeah, that was actually the only name.
It's fun.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. It's just flimsy for everything.
That's part of the
job.
job.
If something goes missing, he starts accusing me of stealing it.
To be fair, Benjamin, you grab things like a 5-year-old and put them in your pocket.
No.
He'll walk around with a shoe ass in his pocket. His back pocket. Why? I have no clue.
What are we talking about?
And we still gotta do a few on the toes as well.
You made just in time for pizza.
What's that?
You made just in time for pizza.
Oh, 8. I should have.
Just got here.
From a local Italian restaurant. I'm Ben, by the way.
Ben? Nice to meet you.
Now, these are actual 100% brass, so they're not going to scuff up the wooden floors or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. Some, like I thought I ordered some brass tacks, and they ended up coming brass plated. Can't use that. So I ended up using those underneath the shoe because that's not exposed to the weather. Alright. There.
What am I missing? Brass is softer. It's not, how is brass not going to hurt it? But
Yeah.
steel would.
Brass is soft. Yeah, it wears down with the sole, with the shoe, with the rubber. You won't get stabbed. There was a pair of Ariats that came in the other day. They were brand new, and she brought them in. And she's like, "There's something poking me into my foot." And so, turned out there was a nail sticking out where there shouldn't be a nail, like right in here.
The balls of the foot, yeah.
Yeah. And the only reason she wore them a couple of times. The only reason she didn't feel it is because of the pad on top of it.
The insole.
And I didn't know this. So I come downstairs and I'm like, Ben's like, "Here, put your hand in here. There's an issue with it." I'm thinking there's a lining issue. I stick my hand in there, it stabs, pokes. I pull my hand out bleeding. Why don't you tell me there's a nail in there?
I think he's gonna shove his hand out in there. Look, I don't know what was in there. I did the exact same thing he did, feeling around in there and happening to find that. So.
My fingers.
I did it just fine.
You're just getting backhand for stitching all those shoes open.
Absolutely. I feel no remorse.
Alright, so this is more for boots, that's more for dress shoes. So for the edge finish, we're gonna move over here. I'm gonna move all that. I'm gonna do just a light coat of Saphir cream.
Yeah.
Grab a sponge here. That top is gonna end up matching the shoes pretty nicely. I like some variations.
Now, I would go ahead and put a coat of liquid neutral wax over the entire thing. That would give the edge a little bit more shine. Because we're doing that later, you'll be able to shine the liquid. You still have to glue the insoles in, but go ahead and good. There we go. Go ahead. Yeah. Alright, we're literally just putting the soft liners in right now. Got drying. Put the laces back in, shoe trees, and we're good to go. Let's just say you got some stuff today. Yeah. Make sure it's nice and straight. Especially if they're like a size 5 or 6. I usually have to have my wife stick them in. It's so big. Nice little. This is just a sheepskin. Gets all the dust and any fingerprint marks. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do a round of applause now, or?
Yeah. Really testing my skills.
You want to put the laces in there for you?
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
because I forgot how to work on it.
You have the it wasn't crisscross. That's fine. Quick. You guys want to grab some sheets? I think it's almost 1 o'clock, so those that's just start. 12:30? Yeah.
Still an extra 30 minutes. Not bad at all.
Not bad enough, no. Only 30 minutes.
How they expect you to stitch
You guys have the issue with it sometimes falls off to the side all the time. Usually what we do is stitch one side, right? Okay. We can still put your
What's up, do you have like a box cutter or something? Got tons of those. Oh, yeah, but okay, let's have them too.
You've got a whole arsenal.
Yeah. I figured, but I mean, like literally on the table, there's 3 alone.
Also, do you have?
Yeah, it's right. It's right underneath the counter. It's a whiteboard.
So you can sit flat, yeah.
Benjamin, is your phone charging?
No.
No. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, we're good. I'm wondering. I just opened up the door. Are you as done as you are like need to be? Like, so you can
We're just lacing them up.
Nice. Okay, and now you get to show them. Look at that. If you guys would like, pizza over there. Whenever you guys are ready, nap on the plates, and if you guys want to wash your hands, the bathrooms are over there. There's 2 of them.
This out. Google this one too. YouTube it. First one.
And hygiene.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there some brands that you like the most, or that you would highly recommend, or you thought, yes?
God bless you.
For me, it's dress shoes, but yeah, I'm one of the few people that can actually wear it at work, so I'm wearing dress shoes pretty regularly.
So Allen Edmonds is a good one. I like their shoes. Easy to resole. They last a long time. They're not crazy expensive. They're fairly affordable. And
If you reach their sales, they're like amazing.
yeah. You can also find really great deals on like seconds and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes it's just like cosmetic issues with the sole.
I really like Beckett Simondon.
I haven't had their shoes yet, so
I like a lot of their. One of the things that I've been looking forward to trying to find a high quality version of is a Balmoral boot, which is essentially just a boot version of an Oxford. So it's like a slightly taller of a heel, and then it actually goes over your ankle. That's what the Oxford is based off of, is a military Balmoral boot that they then turned into the Oxford. But they're one of the only brands that actually offer a high quality version of one. That I've found. Beckett Simondon.
I've seen it on Instagram, but I haven't seen the brands. I haven't looked too much into it.
So there you got Allen Edmonds, Carmen's good.
Vintage floor shines.
Yeah, I always just try to get the old ones.
Vintage
We
being
don't
the
need a
key word.
buyout.
Vintage means 15 to 20. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
When it comes to dress shoes, I'm not really an expert on it.
We got some vintage foot joys up at the front door.
But I know Allen Edmonds, Carmina, there's another one.
We're going to put the dress shoes, you can't be that.
Merriman's a good one.
Yeah.
On sales.
Depends on how much money.
Yeah, Jacob, he does some good ones. I mean, Alden, if you pass the fact that you just leather, it's like paper bases and stuff like that. They're great. They're great shoes. Yeah, they're great shoes. I know they last a long time. It's like
sometimes
people not wanting to buy a pair of shoes because of the soles. It's kind of like people not wanting to buy a car because of the tire.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the tire's gonna wear out no matter what. You can get it replaced. Yeah.
That
If
makes
you like
sense.
if you like the uppers, like get them, make them grow.
The big thing is, are the uppers worth investing in? Like, if
Yeah.
it's a genuine
That's
leather,
true.
not like the genuine leather that leather workers market because they don't know what else to call it, but the genuine leather that Marriott uses in the situation where it's literally particles of leather rolled into a sheet, and that's how they make your boot. Then yeah, don't buy that. But if it's real leather, buy it. Like, you can customize it the way you want, and then you can pass it on. We've had several boots that the grandson's wearing.
Yeah.
Like one of the ones we like a lot, he's a rancher in Virginia, and he does horse track. So like his family will take horses across state lines, and he's been doing it for generations. And he had us from his great grandfather. So and we made a barrel for him, and then he would ride again. Like, so there's a lot of things you can do.
What are the main things you're looking for in a upper that's going to make you not want to buy it? Like obviously cuts or.
Yeah, well, imperfection, not so much like an incision. Absolutely, if it's secondhand, really deep cracks. A lot of people, I'm gonna put my money on 90% of people never oil or And then here's our thing, we sweat. Sweat is like a salt. It's a salt, so it dries out the leather. And then you're not oiling it, and it's in the sun, and then it's in the cold, and then you put it through puddles, and it's dead, so it can regenerate like our skin. And so if it's been super warm in that manner, you could probably oil them and bring them to. You can work in your garden bed. You can probably use it for your garden bed, but like I wouldn't invest in anything more than that. Like once they start crackling, if
You
you're
got the scrap
flaking,
jail.
there's
Anybody
speakers,
for Garcia?
uh,
If anybody wants to take one, you
it's
can.
not
Pretty
natural
cool.
material. Like we don't take in sneakers in the store.
Okay.
90% of them are not made from natural fiber, and they're man-made ones that are made from usually don't even like each other. So if you put a glue on one, they glue adhere to the other.
Okay.
And like those are people who like a pair of sneakers, they specialize in it, and they're significantly more expensive than most normal pair of it because it's so difficult to work with. Like shoe cutters, I think he's in Korea or Japan. He makes or Australia.
He's
they
somewhere
make-
on
Yeah,
this.
so he makes sneakers from scratch. Like he'll repair them, but he does remake them again.
I think,
And
I mean,
for
that's
items
why,
like that, it's much easier.
that's why I like goods and services.
Right.
Let's get some pizza.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you guys. Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
This was fun for us. We're hoping to do more of this in the future, so let us know something you wanna come back.
Feel free to help your guys help with the food and text us or email feedback on what you totally want and what you want.
Alright.
So on and so forth.
We'll have to do more workshops like this for sure.
We get in the live?
Thank you guys for watching the live. If you wanna come to this, follow us and we'll announce. when
Figure
we're
out
doing it.
another.
Yeah, figure out another-
I subscribe.
There you go, yes, subscribe.
I already, yeah.